Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel all about BA. This session is quickly going to be about Azure Key Vault. What is an Azure Key Vault? How do we create an Azure Key Vault and how to access that from Azure Data Factory? Okay. Why do we need it in the first place? See, normally the basic thing in any pipeline will be a dataset. Dataset will be pointing to a link service from where the dataset will be getting the connection string details. Okay, link service, when we create it, we will directly mention the subscription name, the storage account name, that or the database name, table name and all directly. But it is not the way we have to do it. Okay, it is not a secured way to maintain the connection string details in the link service. So what is the alternate way of doing it? Okay, maintaining these details in the Azure Key Vault. Okay, so Azure Key Vault is nothing but a service which lets us create keys, secrets and certificates. Okay, but what is the difference between keys, secrets and certificate? Keys are nothing but in cryptography, whenever we want to encrypt or decrypt some communication, right, we will be using private keys and public keys. Those keys can be generated and kept in Azure Key Vault. Secondly, secrets. Secrets can be anything. For example, it can be a password or it can be a simple value that we want to keep it somewhere secret. For example, an SMTP server name. It can be anything basically. Okay. In our case, if we want to create a link service and refer the connection string from Key Vault, we can store that connection string or the access key in the secrets. Okay, so normally secrets can be any value, but internally it will be stored as binary. Okay, and third thing, certificates. Normally when we visit a bank website, right, we'll be looking at the certificate which is present over there in the green icon. Okay, so that gives us the confidence to use the website. Okay, it's not unsafe to use the website. So from certificates we get to know about the authenticity of the website. So those kind of certificates can also be generated or used or kept secretly in the Azure Key Vault. Okay, so basically Azure Key Vault is a kind of entity which holds keys, secrets and certificates. Okay, now I'll be taking you through how to create one. Go to portal.azure.com and then if you go to home, search for a key vaults, you will be having this icon. Inside that, click on add to create a key vault. So it will be asking some basic details. So when you land into Azure Key Vault add page, you will be giving the resource group name to be used and key vault name, a name for the key vault, and the region, pricing tier and all. Okay, and these are all very common for any other service in Azure. Coming down, we have something called soft delete enabled. Okay, so when you read this, you will understand what is soft delete. Soft delete is nothing but if you want to delete a key vault, it will not be permanently deleted at once. Okay, instead it will be moved to something called archive folder or a deleted folder in which we can maintain or retain the deleted key vault for certain number of periods. Okay, from 7 days to 90 days you can maintain the deleted key vaults in the deleted folder. Okay, after which it will automatically be deleted. So that is what is provided by soft delete enabled. Okay, number of days to retain the retain the deleted key vault, right, that will be ranging from 7 days to 90 days. Okay, and what is purge protection is, by default it will be disable purge protection, in the sense allow key vault and objects to be purged during the retention period. During that 7 to 90 days, right, if you want to delete the key vault by yourself permanently, you can do that. So that is what we call disable purge protection. If you enable it, it will not let you delete the Azure Key Vault during the retention period. Okay, so moving on. Next is nothing but access policy. Access policy is the one which is going to let other entities access the key vault safely. Okay, by default whoever is creating the Azure Key Vault, they will be provided with certain permissions for maintaining key, secrets and certificates. Okay, 9 permissions for key handling, 7 permissions for secret handling and 15 permissions for certificate handling. If you look at the permission details and all, you will understand. Get permission, list permission, update, create, import. So these are all various permissions which are provided by default to the person who is creating this Azure Key Vault. Okay, if at all you want to add somebody else to access this key vault, right, you can click on add access policy and continue. Okay, so this is the place where we are providing access to the other entities to access key vault. Okay, so once I click review and create, it will be creating a key vault for me. I have already created one, so I will be just going inside that. Alright, inside Key Vault you will have access to create keys, secrets and certificates. So keys, when you go and check here, right, it will be asking some basic details only. What kind of algorithm you want to generate keys and what is the name of the key. So like that and all it will be asking. So name will be name of the key and key type is the algorithm that we want to use to create or generate our key, and an activation date and expiration date, and create. Once we do this, once we click this create button, key will be created for us. Okay, and then similarly secrets. Secrets will ask two details basically. Name of the secret and value of the secret. So it will be something like key value pair. Okay, for example, if I want to store my access key of the storage account, I can create a secret for that. Okay, name will be name can be anything relevant to the secret that we are going to maintain, and value can be a key or connection string or whatever be it. Okay, similarly, similar to keys, right, you will have an activation date and expiration date. Okay, already I have created a secret. I am going to use the same. So what I have kept in my secret is, I have named my secret as data lake key. Okay, so this is going to contain the access key of my storage account. I'll show you that now. So when you go inside your storage account and look at the settings, right, you will have access keys. So where we will be making use of this access key in the data factory, that I will tell you while creating a link service. For now, what you understand is, from one of the keys available here, I have copied the key and I have kept it in the key vault using a secret. Okay, I have just copied from my storage account access key. So if you click on this, it will be copied. Just copy it and move it to a secret in the Azure Key Vault. Okay, so right now I have kept my access key of the storage account in the Azure Key Vault. Okay, alright, so coming to data factory part. So here, while we create a link service, we will be needing the access key to access the blob storage path or Azure Data Lake storage, whatever be it. Okay, so there is where we have to make change with respect to Azure Key Vault. So I am creating a new link service for my Data Lake storage Gen 2. So we'll be providing a name to the link service. And then basic authentication method would be account key. This is the key that we copied and put it in the secret in Azure Key Vault. Okay, so by default it will be automatically taking the account key when we mention the Azure subscription here. So if you click the subscription name, automatically key will be loaded. So loading key will appear for a second and it will disappear. Internally it will be connecting to the, or it will be taking up the access key based on the subscription detail and the storage account name provided. Okay, so this is one way of creating a link service. This way only we are mentioning everything publicly. What is the Azure subscription, what is the storage account name and all, we are directly mentioning. Okay, instead what we can do is, I'm editing the already created link service. And here if you look at the option to enter manually, right, okay, by default it will be converting from Azure subscription to enter manually after we have saved the link service. So I did nothing, I just pointed to my subscription detail and storage account name and I saved my link service. Once I have saved and opened it again, it will be converting the details, or it will be changing over to the enter manually option. Okay, by giving one URL to access our storage account, and the storage account key, this will be coming from the storage account itself, the key which we copy and pasted to the Azure Key Vault. Okay, so there is one more option here. If you look at, this is nothing but get the key from Azure Key Vault. This is the place where we can mention Azure Data Factory to get the key from the Key Vault instead of directly mentioning it in the link service. Okay, so here it will ask me to create a link service to the Azure Key Vault. AKV is nothing but Azure Key Vault. Okay, so our first thing is, we have to create a link service to access our Key Vault. That is the first thing to do. So I am creating a link service for Azure Key Vault. I will mention my subscription, mention the name of my Key Vault, which is nothing but AZKV21. Okay, I am just mentioning it. Here itself you have the option to let or to grant Data Factory service managed identity access to your Key Vault. I told in the beginning, we have to provide access to the other entities which wants to read the secrets or keys or certificates. Okay, so here is where we have to click in order to provide or give access to the Data Factory. Okay, this is one place. One more place where we can provide access is directly going to Azure Key Vault and going to access policies. I can provide access to my Data Factory. So I click on add access policy, and if I choose from the template, it will be providing the basic permission in all the stuff, keys, secrets and certificates 9, 7, 15 respectively. So if I choose from the configure from template option, so I have to select the service principal. This is nothing but which entity wants to access the service Azure Key Vault. Okay, in our case it's going to be our data factory name. That is what we are going to choose here. I just search for my data factory name, my ADF demo. So this is my data factory name. So my ADF demo. If I click and select, it will be giving the mentioned permission to my data factory. Okay, so I'm not going to save this because I'm going to tell you what will happen if you are not providing this access. Okay, right now I have created a key vault and I haven't provided any permission to my data factory to access the key vault. Okay, alright, so secret name, we have just used the key vault that we have created and we have to tell the secret name in which we have stored our access key, right? So I go back to my key vault and look at my key name or secret name. Data lake key, I'm just going to use it in my data factory. Data lake key. And then I'm coming down and then I'm testing the connection. So here is where this will make a difference when we are not providing access to the Azure Key Vault for data factory. Okay, what I'm telling right now for my link service, this is my data lake link service. In the data lake link service, I'm not mentioning the access key of the storage account directly. Instead, I'm asking it to take from Azure Key Vault. But we haven't provided any access to the data factory to access my secrets. Okay, so I'm testing my connection. So the disconnection failed because it says caller was not found on any access policy in this key vault. So that means that we have not provided the required access for this data factory to access the key vault. Okay, so I'm going back to the key vault and I'm going to access policies to provide access to my data factory. Once I do that and I again test this connection, right, it should be working out for us. So I'm just adding access policy. I'll choose from current template and then choose the service principal name. It is nothing but the name of our data factory. My ADF demo. Once I have added, I should make sure I'm clicking on checking this save button. Okay, unless I save it, the changes will not get reflected. So I am coming back to my data factory and I'm going to test the connection again. Connection is successful now. So our data factory is able to retrieve the secret which is stored in the secret name data lake key. Okay, and secret version is nothing but, see, we can keep on upgrading or we can keep on refreshing the access key and all. Okay, so we can maintain different versions of the same secret. So if you leave it blank, whichever is the latest version, whichever is the active version, that will be taken up. Okay, so this is how we access any secret from the key vault when it is stored in a secret or key or certificate. Okay, so that's all I have for this session. So same way, if you save it, you can use the link service in your pipelines. Okay, it will not be any different from here onwards. So only thing is, instead of mentioning the access key directly in the link service, we are taking it from the Azure Key Vault. That is the only difference. Okay, so if you have any doubts or if you have any other experience with respect to Azure Key Vault also, you can let me know in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep supporting.